Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, I don't know if you've been following this crap or not, but apparently the Russian government, as in Vladimir Putin, worked with the Taliban, of all people, to put bounties on the heads of American soldiers. And the Trump administration reportedly, according to some sources anyway from the New York Times, chose not to say a word. Went ahead and invited them to the G7. Went ahead and continued a trade deal with the Russian government. And did nothing. Said nothing. Did nothing. Why is it that this president, again and again, acts as if he loves our military and supports our military, then goes out of the way to prove that he doesn't? From his attacks on John McCain, to the way he dealt with the people that the American military personnel who died in Africa, to now how he's dealing with this. We do not know how many or all the people that the Russians tried to have killed by the Taliban. But all I do know is the Taliban is an enemy of America. They are supportive of Al-Qaeda. They supported Osama bin Laden. And they supported Osama bin Laden in his attack that killed 3,000 Americans. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is over here placating the people that are freaking paying the Taliban to kill our people, thus increasing their ability to commit terror acts throughout Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Russian government is a government who has sworn that they do not support Islamic radicals of any kind. Meanwhile, in the nation of Georgia, they support an anti-Islamic guy an anti-Islamic group, but at the same time, they support the Islamic people in the country. And we're not talking just, normal Muslims. No, we're talking about radicals that he's supporting. Groups of people, a general that goes around rounding up gay people and just killing them for no reason, just for existing. We're talking about a country that if you disagree with the government, they kill you. Yet here you are, Donald Trump, placating this country, acting like they're good people, that they'd be good to be friends with. They're not. The Russians are not now, nor have they ever been our friends. And they never will be. They will never be the world's friends. And this just is what it is. The Russian government is a terrible government, a tyrannical government that makes anything any American president has done, besides maybe Donald Trump, look good. Even Donald Trump isn't as bad as Vladimir Putin. To my knowledge, Donald Trump has not had any of his adversaries murdered. But back to the story. Apparently, this is what's good for Donald Trump. He thinks it's okay to put a head or a price on the head of American soldiers. He did nothing. There was no repercussions. Not even a cyber attack against Russia for what they did. Now the Russians are saying it didn't happen. Well, of course the Russians are going to say it didn't happen. And Donald Trump is saying he wasn't briefed. Of course that's what he's going to say. But we know for a fact it was in his daily briefs. That was part of the intelligence report from the New York Times. That it was in his news brief. And that's a fact. The man doesn't read. We already know he doesn't read his news briefs in the morning. He spends his time watching Fox News and tweeting in the morning. Instead of learning about what's actually going on in the damn world, He buries his head in the sand and watches Fox News, like every conservative in this country. But I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. What do you think about the Russians paying the Taliban to kill American soldiers? Using the Taliban as mercenaries in a proxy war, as he's obviously trying to start. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for joining me. This has been the Big Grant Show. I'll see you down the road.